Good day everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's topic, we shall be discussing something called the conversion of licenses, or upgrading, or revalidation, or refresher, and so many other words that they use to describe the desire for the license to be upgraded to the next one. So come on and join me and let's discuss this. Okay, let's get down to it. This video was brought about by a very interesting question raised by one of my viewers, whom I say thank you very much for that input. It is basically a question of can I, okay? Dear sir, can I convert my COC Chapter 3-1 OIC to COC MLC 3-2 to Chief Engineer? Presently, I'm a Chief Engineer aboard a tug of smaller kilowatt output. Can my existing position of Chief Engineer be converted to Chief Engineer 3-2? Thank you. Let's try to dissect the question, which has two parts. One is, can I convert my COC to COC 3-2? Well, the more appropriate word there would be, can I upgrade my COC 3-1 to COC 3-2? For that, the answer is yes, you can. Okay. There are processes there which we shall take up later on. And number two part of the question is, can I convert my Chief Engineer's COC 3-1 to Chief Engineer 3-2? The answer is no. Because for this case, the Chief Engineer here is just the title. What would be prevalent here is the license held. In this case, his license is COC OIC. Okay? And the vessel he is presently on board is a tugboat of smaller kilowatt output. So if we just have to look at our STCW, the basis of licensing for engineering is the maximum kilowatt output of your vessel. So with that, he was handling as a chief engineer of less than 500 kilowatts. It's a small vessel, okay? But if he wants to convert it as a chief engineer, you have to increase the kilowatt output first. And how do you do that? Let's try to review more on the MC that covers this. The Marina has released MC, Marina Circular 2021 Series 6, which defines the engineering part. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's check out the Memorandum Circular dated 2021-06 series of 2021. This is a public document and therefore it is available in the Marina website. So any one of you can download it for free. But basically it's referring to all seafarers, okay? And the subject is the revised rules and mandatory minimum requirements, okay, in the issuance and revalidation of certificates of competency for chief engineer officers, second engineer officers, officers in charge of an engineering watch, in a designated duty engineer in a periodically unmanned engine space, okay? It also covers the ETO, but we shall take that up in another venue. So if you look at this, it encompasses the entire engineering officers. Okay, you have chief engineer, second engineer, and the OIC. So here you go, and it's under Chapter 3 of the STCW Convention and Code as amended. So continuing, let's check out what's inside the MC, which is coverage. Okay, this circular shall cover the following seafarers applying for issuance and revalidation of COC under Chapter 3. Okay, so Chapter 3 is the reference in the STCW code. Okay, you have chief engineers, second engineers on seagoing ships powered by main propulsion machinery of 3,000 kilowatt propulsion power or more. Very powerful vessel. Okay. Number 2, you have chief engineer officers and second engineer officers on seagoing ships powered by main propulsion machinery between 750 kilowatts and 3,000 kilowatts. So the category goes lower in terms of kilowatt output. And then finally, you have the OICs in manned engine rooms, okay, as designated duty watchkeeper, or in a periodically unmanned engine room with maximum main power propulsion machinery of 700 kilowatts and more. So for our sample topic there, the seafarer who is a chief engineer on board a tugboat has a maximum output of 400 kilowatts. So nowhere in our coverage is he falls under any category. Although he has an OIC, COC OIC license as III-1, okay, he still lacks convention type ship experience, meaning he's still below the cutoff. So for him to be able to upgrade until the final COC MLC, which is his goal of being chief engineer, he has to pass through some steps. Okay, let's check out what are these steps. So continuing again, let's check out the tenure or the time spent or time needed for you to qualify in terms of sea experience for the COCs. Okay, so these chief engineers and second engineer officers, okay, who wish to be certified in such capacity on ships of 3,000 kilowatts power propulsion or more, shall provide evidence of approved seagoing service as follows. For certification of second engineer officer, not less than 12 months as OIC of an engineering watch on seagoing ships powered by the main propulsion machinery of a 3,000 kilowatt propulsion power or more within the preceding 5 years before application of the COC. So you must have at least 60 months of sea service on board a vessel with 3,000 kilowatts or more in the capacity as OIC. Okay? But if there's going to be a certification of chief engineering officer, must not have less than 36 months as OIC in charge of an engineering watch on seagoing ships powered by main propulsion of 3,000 kilowatts propulsion power or more, or not less than 12 months as OIC of an engineering watch plus 12 months as a second engineer. So there's a choice here. Either 36 months as OIC on board ships with a machinery power output of 3,000 kilowatts, or the other alternative is 12 months served as OIC and another 12 months served as second engineer, okay, in the preceding 5 years. So within 60 months or 5 years, you must have at least 12 months of OIC and 12 months of MLC second engineer. If you like to go straight as chief engineer, you must have at least 36 months of OIC engineering watch. And remember, we're talking about ships of 3,000 kilowatts. So most of the time, a lot of engineers do the 750 to 3,000 kilowatt cutoff. Okay? That's so they can build their experience. Okay? And then they will opt for chief engineer license within the range of 750 to 3,000 or 3,000 going upward. So it's all up to the seafarer to decide. So that's how they reckon the qualification for COCs in the higher level. Certificates or certificates of competencies are categorized in different levels that have different skills and training sets. Okay? You have the operational, you have the management. Then there is the ship type. In engineering, as I said earlier, it is reckoned through the kilowatt power output. So as we go along, before one can progress to the next level, one must use their present COCs for a period of time, okay, such as 12 months or 24 months before any action can be taken to upgrade it to the next level. But in the case of our friend who wrote to us, there is no way that his present position as chief engineer on board a lesser kilowatt output ton, him being the chief engineer of that, which is being done actually. Okay, there are some smaller types of tugboats that have small kilowatt, and their highest ranking officer engineer is a COC OIC. It is within the bounds of the safe manning certificate. But if you want to level up, first of all, determine that the ship that you want to upgrade yourself is within the coverage of the STCW Convention type of ship. That means to say 750 kilowatts going upward. Okay? So once you get that, you must use or practice your competency certificate for not less than 12 months, okay, before you can even consider being able to qualify to sit for exams as the next level, which is management already. Okay? Then you have to take the exam, get qualified, be issued, and then you need to spend another 24 months using your certificate of competency management level second assistant engineer before you can even qualify to sit for an exam as the highest licensed officer in the engineering department. But bear in mind, you have to always look at the kilowatt output. Okay? No point in going to sea and targeting a higher license if your vessel is not covered under the STCW Convention type of ship. Okay? So our good friend who wrote to us, I must say that the conversion of your existing chief engineer to a higher chief engineer, that is not possible because, like I said earlier, the term chief engineer is title only. Okay, if you want to really practice a chief engineer as you require, so with higher kilowatts, then you must board the ship with a higher kilowatt, but you cannot convert your previous COC term in the capacity of chief engineer. You have to start as an OIC, okay, because you're in a totally different level. You're in chapter 3-2 already, no longer 3-1. So there, I hope that answers your query. There is no conversion in the STCW Convention. The closest thing to a conversion is a certificate of endorsement. Okay? But the certificate of endorsement is only issued the moment you have a COC. Okay? And when your COC expires, okay, your certificate of endorsement expires also. And one note of concern, you cannot renew your COE, your certificate of endorsement. That is not renewable. What is renewable is the certificate of competency. You want to renew your chief engineer, and if you happen to work in a different flag vessel which has a COE, you cannot renew your COC using the endorsement certificate. So there you go, and I hope that you were able to answer the query of our good friend. And that's it for this short video. I hope it has been very informative and educational, and you have picked something up. As we go along, there will be certain minor topics and big topics. There will be some speaker series interviews. There will be a lot more in store for this year. So keep it here in this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To you all out there again, stay safe and be safe. Thank you.